Well, I said melanoma, like that skin cancer. And they're like, no, multiple myeloma. I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Like any other adversity anyone goes through life, no one deserves to go through myeloma alone.
It's impossible to get a group of patients, care partners, physicians, and nurses to a country which is halfway across the world to do a cycling expedition. Blue for me. So many things can go wrong. If they're not trained well, they can have a seizure, they can have a stroke, they can have a heart attack, they can collapse. If they've not eaten well, they're not hydrated. It's only people who go through something so drastic in life, who have seen death, can do this. Because to be very honest, they are fearless.
No rain gear. No rain gear today.
No rain gear today.
It's incredibly light. It's just amazing.
I know, it is remarkable, isn't it?
Am I going to make it? I was diagnosed with cancer. And when you hear those words, you have cancer, it's hard not to think that you're not going to perish. I was only 34 years old. They told me that the average lifespan for newly diagnosed patients was only 3 to 5 years. I have an aggressive form of the myeloma, and I've relapsed a few times, but I accepted it. I'm here as a patient for the multiple myeloma Iceland Cycling event.
They're everywhere. They're pretty much ubiquitous. They're everywhere.
And here it's all about like looking into the nature and feel the power from it. Is it difficult? Yeah, it's a real challenge. Iceland is rough. The terrain of the gravel here in the highlands are rough. The weather here is like the dangerous animal we have. The wind, the rain, and how it can beat you up. So yeah, they have to hold the handlebar well, so the wind doesn't blow them off the road.
We are myeloma docs and a lot of patients with us.
I think many patients, when they're first diagnosed, they can have damage to their bones, damage to their kidneys. The issues they develop due to bone damage, that cannot be overcome. Despite those challenges, if patients, really push themselves and train them for something like this, that's the beautiful part. This is such an important testament to the human spirit. You can overcome adversity and then do these amazing expeditions.
I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in 1995, 3 months before my 26th birthday, and I was told I will for sure will be dead before I turn 30. And I will be 29 years this coming December since I was diagnosed with this incurable disease called multiple myeloma. And we don't yet have, quote unquote, a cure for multiple myeloma, and we need to do more. The reason we are here in Iceland is to support specifically the Iceland Screens, Treats, or Prevents Multiple Myeloma initiative. Our goal is really to be able to identify myeloma at the precursor condition and see if it can be screened and, as a result, prevented from progressing to multiple myeloma.
Thank you for bringing the sun to us.
I love this day. We can have the meeting outside.
So thank you very much for coming. We have been looking forward to meeting you, and we have been following the homepage and looking at your adventure. Multiple myeloma is a cancer of the bone marrow. It originates in the plasma cells. These are the antibody-secreting cells of the body. So when these cells turn into cancer, they can give various signs and symptoms. For example, a blood deficiency, kidney failure, and it can also give bone lesions and fractures. The interesting thing about myeloma is it is always preceded by a precursor, MGUS, or monoclonal gammopathy of undetermined significance. So the iStop-MM trial has one main goal: to evaluate the impact of screening for the multiple myeloma precursor, which is called MGUS. This is the largest nationwide clinical trial of any cancer precursor ever performed in the world. We have screened more than 75,000 samples and screened them for the precursor, and it turns out that almost 5% of the Icelandic population has the precursor MGUS. We have seen in clinical studies performed on other cancers like breast cancer, like cervical cancer and other cancers. They did similar studies like this before and proved that you should screen for breast cancer, cervical cancer and other cancers. This has not been done in MGUS or myeloma. We are evaluating if we should screen for MGUS or not. To be able to get 54% of a whole nation to give informed consent to a clinical trial is totally unique and has never happened before.
Some people are up, some people are not as up as they were yesterday. But at the end of the day, our goal is to raise awareness, ensure that we are supporting research, but at the end of the day, it really is celebrating each and every one of you.
Today will be another great day for us. We are facing a strong wind. The rain will show up to the party at 11 o'clock.
Well, I said melanoma, like that skin cancer. And they're like no, multiple myeloma. I'm like, I don't know what that is. You know, it was shocking because at 40, you know, I felt pretty much like I was hitting my stride in life. He had 3 young children, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll have some high cholesterol or something like that. And it turned out I had a little MGUS, basically like a precursor to multiple myeloma.
I couldn't hear the words for probably 6 months. I couldn't have told you what they said he had, what it meant. I couldn't hear it. So yeah, it was a big shock.
And so I think being able to help with fundraising and even just, you know, the strategy around how the IMF grows and what it focuses on, for me has really helped, you know, feel like I've regained a little bit of control over this.
We told you we could bike.
Sometimes as you play games with yourself, you know, in your head, and kind of like on the ride, like you get to a point where it's like, I can't go on, and then you say, all right, and I'm gonna get to that spot over there. But also meeting other patients, meeting some of the doctors that are involved with the organization and researchers. There's a lot of great stuff going on, and we're making progress. There's other people that are dealing with this. It's not just me, it's not just Lori.
When I was in training, when I was becoming an oncologist, there were certain cancers that did not have as good outcome. Myeloma was one of them. And I was in my fellow's clinic and I saw a patient and we developed a friendship. But that patient passed away within 6 months of being diagnosed because they had very aggressive myeloma. And so when I started to pick research projects, I started to, you know, focus on myeloma, read up literature.
It's like me.
And that's exactly, you know.
It's the same, yeah.
And then you become passionate about
it.
Yeah,
fascinated about the disease. I did the same. The same. One patient changed our life and our, you know, the rest of our life. When I was a fellow, had myeloma. She was a young woman, 42 years old, with 2 kids and young children. And back then, we really didn't have much for myeloma, and the expected survival was only 3 years. And I became crazy about trying to figure out how to help her. I always tell patients, you have to keep going, and that is the same here.
Beautiful scenery, beautiful people. I love it. We need to keep doing that. I hope all of it is downhill. We have hills, but we're dealing with it. I love it.
The best part about us being involved is that we've met people who have lived 20, 30 years with this disease, and they're living their lives and thriving, and so it's been very helpful and better.
Okay, we better start living today, not waiting till we're retired at 60 or 70 or something before we start to explore.
These kind of expeditions symbolize the relationship we all have with each other and remind us of why we are doing this. It takes a lot of great determination for patients who've gone through the disease and its treatment to train, to commit, and do something of this nature.
The advancement of science and the advancement of medicine has really started to allow myeloma patients to live their full life unencumbered with myeloma. You are worried about relapse, you are worried about end of life. But like any other adversity anyone goes through life, no one deserves to go through myeloma alone. We rode through various rugged locations within Iceland, but at the same time we saw how beautiful Iceland is, and it really shows very symbolic relationship that myeloma patients have with their life living with a multiple myeloma.
Amazing! Woo! Amazing! Yeah! After almost a year of preparation, training, and everything and anything from E to Z, we are here almost at the last night of Iceland Cycling Expedition. It's impossible to get a group of patients, care partners, physicians, and nurses to a country which is halfway across the world to do a cycling expedition. Not only did it, they did it successfully well, and we have almost completed over 100 miles over a course of 3 days. Only thing that I saw from every participant's face is accomplishment, success. The fact that they did it. They did it not only for themselves, but they did it for the community. They did it for every myeloma patient across the globe. When you are told again and again in life, you're going to die in 6 months, you're going to die in a year, but then you wake up, you rise, you shine, you thrive. If anything was going to take them down, it was myeloma, but they have already survived that. They're going to survive that. We are going to conquer this. They conquered Iceland, they have conquered myeloma, we are going to find a cure. They're going to live.